This is unplugged as hell.
Why is that so funny? That's so stupid.
But my main dedication and my main focus definitely stays on music.
If you could conclude the genres of your album, what would you say?
Wow, maybe I'm actually tripping acid right now.
Danger.
We can cut that out, right?
No, we don't cut.
No, there's no cuts.
No cuts.
It's straight through. Welcome back to
Studio 13X Unplugged Convo.
My name's Cam.
I'm Trace, and as you can see, we are not in the normal location today. We made a trip up to Carterville.
And we have a very special guest for you today. He is one of our dear friends, producer, songwriter, legendary status.
CEO, Mr. Big Boss himself. Today's gonna be a nice one. Welcome to the podcast, Unplugged Convos, Steve Nyse.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it. What up?
How are ya? How are ya?
Doing good,
Yeah, man.
brother.
That's
Doing
good.
good.
That's good. It's not like I've been with you for like the past few hours.
We saved you a spot.
Oh, right in the middle too.
Yes, sir.
Right in the midst.
How good is that?
That's great.
Okay, you probably are never gonna see my face, but that's totally okay.
It's gonna look like you got a Squidward nose or something.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna.
Alright.
Real quick.
Alright, going through deep on the couch was already risky, and then you started it by putting your damn arms
I said
right around
it was
us.
it was not my idea to go 3 deep on the couch.
You were begging for it, and everyone
Okay.
knows it. Everyone knows.
begging.
Yeah. We were
I
like,
mean, I don't want to say it, but
we were like, nah, let's go use the couch in there so we can get a little more. And you were like, no, please. I want to do it in the studio.
yeah, that is what I said. That's right. Well,
Can
just
I
like
sit in
being
the
so close
middle?
with you guys.
You were like, can I sit in the
just-
middle?
Yeah, close
I
proximity
really like
is
being
always
really close to you. And you.
This is unplugged as hell.
This is Studio 13X Unplugged. Tonight, we are gonna have a great time. And it's gonna be great.
Adventure
Okay, so
time.
what have you guys been up to? I mean, there's been a lot going on.
Oh, so much. Trev, you want to start it off?
Yeah,
I feel like you
mean,
can see me better now.
Yeah.
See,
yeah,
like, the
we
top
need to
of my
see your
face.
pretty face. We
Yeah,
need
this
to
mic is
as much of it as
not
we
where
can.
it's at, man, you know?
It's a big mic, but it sounds good.
Look at that. It's like falling off.
Get her situated there, Buck.
First of all, my name is Trey. Okay? It's not Buck.
Steve.
Yeah, Steve Nyse, but I go by Trey. Gone by that my whole life. You guys both know me as Trey. And you know what? I really enjoy that. I got the name Steve Nyse, if you were asking, you know, because I mean, like, you
I'm
know.
asking.
I earned the name Steve Nyse from a friend, Lil Cactus, that you're familiar with.
Yes, sir.
And I don't know, do you know Little Cactus?
No, but it's ironic.
said
'cause
little.
Trev was telling me a story about him on the way here.
That is weird. Okay, so Lil Cactus and I, we were working, Lil, okay, and I, anyway, so we were working on songs.
ANDI.
Oh, sorry.
That's all good.
Anyway, so we were just working on some mixes, or I was working on some mixes of his. He had been recording at my house for a while, and he was like, "Yeah, you're pretty nice with that, like, you know, doing, you know, the stuff." He's like, "Steve Nyse," and I was like, "Yeah, that'll work. All right, perfect."
There we
So
go.
That's how that happened. Yeah.
Ran with it ever since.
Super baked right now, by the way, if you were wondering.
Yeah.
Precursor.
And we would be even more baked, but the
If-
cops took my weed.
Yeah, we got pulled over.
I said you could have as much weed of mine as you'd like.
I
although-
know.
Although we did.
I just wanted to tell them that we got pulled over.
Yeah,
and
you
it
did.
wasn't cool. Well, it was actually, it turned out
Nah,
decent.
dude was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked out for the better.
But like if it didn't happen, I wouldn't be mad about it type shit.
Yeah.
We were 300 feet from the door.
For real. We went that whole way with your light on your thing being out. Then we passed cops the whole way here on the interstate. And then right when we get here, or not even right when we get here, right when we're about to pull into Trey's house.
Had my blinker on to your house.
Yeah.
Can't believe that.
And Cam goes, he's lighting us up. I was like, damn.
He followed us for a while.
So that's kind of what we've been up to. I mean, just fucking being hood rats, man. Getting in trouble, man. Throwing rocks at shit, you know?
Well, I mean, we're all pretty good at being, irresponsible people.
We're getting better. We're growing up a little bit at
it's
least.
a lifestyle.
Yeah.
But no, we just dropped a website. Trev just dropped an album.
Congratulations, by the way. It's great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It is beautiful. And it was great to watch the whole thing come to fruition.
I'm getting dizzy looking back and forth.
You don't have to look.
You can
back
just
and
look
forth. You can
forward. We can just talk.
Use your parades.
Let's get inside of our own minds. Use your peripps.
This dude!
Trey's just the whole time he's like looking down, looking at both of us.
Oh my gosh, how is that not a saying yet? Use your periffs, man.
Dude, we just stamped it.
Bro, anytime you like run into someone or bump into someone in public, bro, use your periffs. Yo, do you not use your periffs? Or what's going
Bro,
on
use
here?
your periffs a little more. Like,
What, do you need mirrors on your periffs or what?
Do you nap riffs?
do you even have periffs, bro?
You're just like, yo, periffs.
Why is that so funny? That's so stupid.
I'm getting deja vu.
Are you?
Yeah, like a weird case of it.
Explain it. Go, hurry,
Being
tap
in
in.
the same room on
Well, I know what. Oh, okay, my bad.
You talking about
deja vu.
talking about using your periffs and laughing
No, I'm
and
just
having a
talking
good
about
time?
this moment right now.
Well, soak it in.
I like it.
If we need to soak in the deja vu.
What you been up to, Steve Nyse?
Man, life has been a whirlwind. It's been great. Right now I work at I have 2 jobs. No, well, 3 jobs altogether. Well, let's talk about music. How about that? Let's not just talk about life.
you can. I mean, life relates because it's what we're
plays
going
into
through. You know.
Okay, so I have 3 jobs right now. I work a 9 to 5. And then I come home and I work on music from, if I get off at 4, I'm working on music from 4 until about midnight, sometimes 1. If I get off at 6, I either get off at 4 or 6, and if I get off at 6, then I come home and I'm working on music stuff until 1 to 2, usually.
So 12, 14, 16-hour days.
Yeah, and then also, if I'm not working at my full-time job right now, outside of music, that is, because they're both full-time jobs, I'm also a server. So I serve at a 5-star restaurant where I live at. Well, not 5-star. I guess fine dining would be a better description. Nonetheless, a lot of work, but my main dedication and my main focus definitely stays on music. The other stuff I can just kind of pick up as I go. If I need to learn something new, I can usually pick it up pretty quick. And my personality gets me pretty far, I guess, and like getting to know people and not being...
You got that charisma.
Well, yeah, and it's not about being like political, but like kind of like playing a little bit of politics and like knowing where you stand and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
But in music, you know, I definitely, in like anything creative and anything in entertainment, I feel so at home. It's like I can do a lot of the stuff with my eyes closed. So, nonetheless, it's a lot of work right now. It's a lot of work right now. I don't feel very tired, and I'm not mentally tired. I can definitely handle the workload. and it's showing me a lot. So whenever within like the next year or two, hopefully, I'll be doing just this full time. Um, it's showing me how much I can get done and like how hard I need to work on, or how hard I can work, and not need a break.
Right.
Mhm.
It's frustrating though.
Oh yeah.
You get tired and you get like sick.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank God. Like I've had really, really great luck when it comes to my health lately. I've been pretty decent, knock on wood.
Right. I'm sure you feel it the same as us. Definitely waves. There's waves of not necessarily emotion, just waves of
Inspiration.
life, inspiration. Yeah.
Yeah.
All those things play into it.
So you said it earlier, like music is a super therapeutic process, but I think like inspiration gives me the biggest motivation in whatever I'm doing.
Right.
So if I'm inspired to do something, I'm pumped about it all the time.
Yeah.
And you said it earlier, you were like, music is a very therapeutic process for me. And I relate to that a lot because whenever I'm working on music, and it doesn't happen every single time, but every now and again, I will feel very, very inspired because I'll be like, oh, damn, this is sick as fuck. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
and then you have so much energy for the next day or two or three, you
Yeah.
know, especially if you can keep it going. There was one time, it was like my favorite time in my life recently. I had made 11 songs in 2 or 3 days with like 6 or 7 different artists. And we were just like hanging out and just like in and out, just coming, going, whatever. I was working with Aaron, Haley, you, and I feel like one
I
more
think
person.
Luke was here.
Yeah, probably Luke. And it was it was and they were all new songs. Like new music is so inspiring and it's so much fun.
Right.
Whenever you have to go back and work on the old shit, not that it's not fun, but it's more
That's
of a job.
when it feels
than-
like work. Yeah.
That's when it feels
like a job.
because you get stuck, dude.
Right.
You know?
And then it's like it's a lot easier to be unhappy about going back and trying to correct something than it is to be unhappy about a brand new idea.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely feel that in video as well. I'll go back and look at an old video and kind of write it off almost in my mind whenever I move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Not that I don't want to go back and work on it. It's just, it's out of my brain for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it does make sense.
Mm-hmm.
It helps when there's money involved, when you're getting
True.
something in return out of it.
Right.
But I've been doing like some paid work and stuff. Not as much as I used to, or I was. But I've been working the most with artists on Nyse Entertainment. And I've been working on my project too. That's like all I've been doing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that is so frustrating because I was just listening to, I was comparing a mix that I did last night to a mix that I did like a week ago. And I liked the one a week ago better.
It goes like that sometimes. Because when I was finishing up that album, there was 2 or 3 songs, and it was way more than a week. It was songs that I had mixed 6 months previously, and I thought I could clean it up, make it sound better. And the more I sat there and listened to it, I was trying to convince myself, deep down, I was like, this new mix has got to be better. I'm 6 months better. I'm better than I was back then. But it never sounded better, And I think that could be my attachment to how it sounded, and I listened to it so much, But even when I got technical and I was like, how did the ratio of the drums sound to the bass? Well, I still like the old version better, I grown a liking to that version, and now it's really hard for me to separate from that and think something new is better. So,
Dude, fuck fuck drums and bass. Seriously, right now, fuck drums and bass. I hate them so much. They're driving me crazy.
Damn, Trey's trying to start beef with drums and
Yeah,
bass.
fuck you,
bro.
drums and bass.
That's our whole genre. At least mine. That's like my favorite part.
And that's the thing is, like, I'm trying to, like, kind of learn a new genre right now of mixing and producing.
True.
Or, like, several different genres, it feels like.
What are some of the new genres on your producer album you're working on? Like, if you could describe them, I know it's probably a brand new genre. You know, from what I've heard, it's so much different than putting it in the box of a genre. But if you could conclude the genres of your album, what would you say?
So let's start with some inspirations. And then I'll get to the genres
Okay.
that I kind of classified them into and, like, the thought process that I had.
Right.
So not a lot. Some of these songs were made in the afterthought of our era, mine and yours,
Right.
and into the mindset of me in the relationship that I'm in right now. So I really enjoy my
I
girlfriend's
like that
taste.
dynamic.
Yeah, I like it too, and it worked out really cool. I really like my girlfriend's taste in music. Her name's Ollie. She's great. She's amazing. She's beautiful. Whatever. And she's really sick though as a person, and I think that that's really cool. So I'm really interested in her all the time. And anyway, I like her taste in music a lot and stuff that I never really listened to before we started dating. So she introduced me to Joe, DJO. Do you know? Have you guys seen Stranger Things?
Mm-hmm.
It's Steve off of Stranger Things.
Is it?
Yeah, and he's really fucking good.
Wow.
Like,
I
really
didn't know
fucking
that.
good. And his style is really good. His whole character's fucking, like, really sick. But there's Rodney on the project, and I really, really like that song. I like the vibe of it. It's super cool. And I love the way that the guitar sound and the drum sound. And anyway, so she introduced me to that, and who the fuck else? We just went to go see them in concert. The Arctic Monkeys.
Oh.
We
Yeah,
went to see the Arctic Monkeys in concert, and it was life-changing.
really.
Nonetheless, those type of genres, so like indie pop, indie rock, soft indie rock, into rock, and then there's also hip hop on the album. There's pop on the album, and then I start like melting into kind of this weird realm of like synth, kind of jazz, pop, rock. You know?
Right,
And then
yeah.
that's like, in those parts, it feels like, wow, maybe I'm actually tripping acid right now.
Right.
Because there's one song, it's the fourth song on the project. It comes right after a rock song, okay? And it's very synth-led. So in the very beginning, you're like you feel a little bit like you're not floating, but you're almost going through a digital cornfield a little bit, okay?
Yeah.
And then it starts like going like this, waving in and out with the vocals. Not the vocals aren't waving in and out. The synth is, and the vocals are like sitting on top. And then Danger drops. Okay. Danger takes over.
Danger.
Fucking Danger takes over. And it gets more and more dangerous. I swear to God, and it's so much fun. Like, I'll be laying in bed, and I'll have, like, so much adrenaline, like, running through my body. I'm just listening to the song, like, oh, fuck, here we go. I swear to God! Like, it's a drug, dude!
Dude, that's amazing, though. That is awesome.
That's how I feel, man. And, you know, probably nobody else will feel like that, but it's my music, fuck it.
Nah, you have to be able to feel like that about your own music, or no one else will. I think they can because you do feel like that, you know?
Uh-huh.
And that's how I feel, because I'm strongly, I strongly like my music. That's why I continue to make it. And I understand not everyone will, but for them to even have the chance, I feel like someone's got to. So you've got to.
Yeah, if you like it, somebody's gotta like it.
Exactly.
Right. And it's just, even if it's one person,
Yeah.
one singular person.
If it's just one person, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a name in mind for this?
I do.
Yeah?
I have a
You
name.
trying to drop it on the pod?
Yeah, I would love to.
All right.
The name's gonna be Division, and it's because all of these songs were made on Division Street, whether it was North or South Division.
Right.
I don't want to necessarily dox myself, so I don't want to tell you the town. Wait, did you already say the town in the beginning?
I think so when I was talking about getting pulled over.
Oh, well, it's okay. It's in Carterville, but it's fine. You don't
Right.
have the address. You don't have the digits
Yeah.
to the address, either of the addresses.
I think we're safe, Trey.
Yeah.
I hope. No, I'm
For
kidding.
now.
If
we're
one
fine.
of the 48 people watching this is a serial killer, leave us alone.
No, but seriously, if you don't, I will fucking kill you.
Yeah, he has
You come in here.
knives.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I will kill you with a knife.
Right.
So that would suck even more for you.
Hey,
Metaphorically. But
I'm just saying, like, anyway.
the title of this is going to be Steve Nyse Talks Murder and album.
And new
Murder
album
and
dropping.
producer album dropping
Yeah.
in April.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
We can cut that out, right?
No, we don't cut.
No, there's no cuts.
No cuts.
It's straight through.
I do want to talk about that thesis stuff. Trey gave us some pills.
Yeah. Well, they
But-
were vitamins, but
right.
yeah.
Sort of. They were like,
I guess, sort of.
I mean, yeah, they're like new age vitamins. I feel like that's what they could be considered. But you guys should definitely check out Thesis because I just feel like it'd be a logical thing to do.
Just looking at your phone. I'm so
It's
sorry.
Chat GPT.
He's a
Yeah.
cheater. He uses Chat GPT. But
What do you mean? It's a
Shut
good
up, old head.
conversation.
you said old head. I am
Good
26.
conversation partner, or not partner, starter. It's a thinking tool.
Someone called me out on TikTok for using AI because I was talking about my process and I said that I used it not for like songwriting, but it was releasing music. And I called him an old head and he got so offended, bro. He started like,
Was he actually old?
I mean, I guess I didn't know. I called him an old head trying to be funny, and he was like, "Oh, real
He took
typical.
it
Come for
so-
my age because you don't have any." And I was like, "Bro,
He's
I don't."
definitely old.
Yeah, I was like, "I don't know how old you are. I don't know you."
That's so funny.
Right. I was like, and then he just kept going on and on. Do you support this? So do you support this? I was like, bro, chill.
Yeah.
It's not
So
that big of a deal.
Speaking of being old, where do you guys see yourselves? Like, where do you see yourself? What's the vision?
you mean in like where do I
In
I feel like
imagine
you gotta
myself
end-
In life
retiring?
and music, like, what's the
How far in the future?
let's
Okay.
say end goal. So when it's
But
all
the
said and
end
done-
goal, when we die,
Nah, like
That's when-
older in life, like retirement age. Like what? Like, do you want to build a family?
Okay.
Do you?
No, I got it.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Cam's like, nope. I actually don't.
Asks the entire question. Nope. Sure don't. I don't want to
He's
hear
like,
it.
nope. Let's go on to the next one.
Yeah.
94.
Yeah.
All right, sorry.
No, it's okay. That was funny.
I'm
So
sorry if that's a whole change of pace. From
Nah.
where you're
I like it.
that's fine. This year, I would like to do $100,000 to $1 million. I know that's quite the difference in revenue to Nice Entertainment. I know we can do $100,000, but I secretly know we could do $1 million if we did like all the right steps, if we had good advertising based on product sales online. But $100,000 will be fine. This is going to do one of two things. Well, it is going to do two things. It's going to, one, be able to set me up better or set the company financially up in a situation to where we can actually put more money toward making more money.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, doubling our profits the next year and hopefully getting a physical location in 3 years. And in 5 years, having that physical location either expanded upon or expanding into other states of the United States. So then this will be kind of growing as within like the 5th and 6th year, kind of growing as a bit of a cornerstone in entertainment in the United States, in music. By the 7th to 10 year, our cornerstone in music will be so strong that we will immediately, but very methodically, go into cinema in a very, I guess,
Proper.
there you go, proper introduction into cinema, to where like budgets can be high,
I love it.
good quality stuff can be done, but just in production. We don't want to write cinema. I don't want to write cinema.
Right. Yeah, no, that's boring. It's
It's not that it's boring. I just don't know that
tough.
process.
It's
Yeah.
tough. Yeah.
Like, I would rather do, like, I don't know, produce a movie for, like, Christopher Nolan, or it's like a huge director who would like to do something really cool, but no other, like, major, production company will actually go through with it. Something that's just going to be really fucking cool that nobody gets,
Right.
I'll understand it, I
love
promise.
I love it.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
I
and
love weird
it's
shit.
all gonna make sense.
Yeah, at some point, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's slowly. No, we were talking about this the other day at family Christmases. It's 2 years ago. It's like, oh, how's the little business? Then the next year, it's like actual conversations. Then the next year, it's like, oh, you're actually doing this. Okay, I see where you're going, and it plays into the role, or not the role, the journey, because everyone's gonna have different opinions, and their opinions are gonna change along the way as we change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
no, it's so true. It's almost like the moment that you start to take yourself very seriously as this is what I do, and you start to like carry yourself accordingly and on like every front, is when it becomes real to you. So then when it becomes real to you, you start making things happen, and you start to realize, and then it becomes real to other people pretty quickly.
It's the
Once
same
it's in
thing.
your reality,
Right.
it goes into theirs.
Once you got to make it your reality first, though.
Yeah. And that's like the
facts.
same thing I was saying about liking your own music, You've got to get goosebumps from listening to your own music before anyone else even has the possibility of doing that,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Trev, what
So
about
true.
you? What's your vision?
I think my vision is to really solidify Studio 13X and get it to the point where we're quitting our jobs and focusing on that full time. Because I know that's right around the corner. I feel like that's the next 1 to 2 years. And
That's big in both of our minds.
right. Because everything we solidify individually for our Effingham front just adds into the whole of Nyse Entertainment,
Mm-hmm.
And Nyse Entertainment is a huge part of what we're doing. It is us, And I love being able to talk about the collective that we're a part of. I feel like everyone in Nyse Entertainment is so incredibly genuine and loyal and talented, you know? So I think we really solidify that Effingham front because that's where we're from. So we can only add as much to the group as what we're doing every day individually, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So we get that going over the next 2 years. And then from there, we find locations, like you said. We find a more central location, but I want to be so successful where we have multiple houses, you know, where we have a house here and a house here. And whenever we're not at that house, we're renting it out, getting it taken care of, you know what I mean? Even if it's Airbnb or something. But I think the biggest picture is just starting to work with businesses for Studio 13X and focus really hard on that over the next 5 to 10 years and making it a franchise type of company where Studio 13X is known all over the US, even if it's not known just for the Effingham, but it's just a household name. I want to get apps made, Studio 13X app, you know, because I think Studio 13X could be a television network, you know. I think the name just holds that type of weight, in my mind at least. And then we just stack our bread up and we go. You know, we keep getting bigger and better. And a huge thing me and Cam are wanting to do is really influence the schooling system in Effingham. Like, that's probably our biggest mission, is really being a positive impact on the youth around Effingham. And we want to get more creative with the schooling programs. We want to donate computers, and we want to donate our time to teaching kids how to use those computers to their advantage.
We even talked about starting like a college fund. So every year we give a scholarship.
That's so cool.
Right.
That's
And
so
then
cool.
we want to have like classes at the studio. We want to get a new location with better rooms in it and have separate rooms throughout the entire building for video, for podcasts, for making music, for voiceovers, book readings, all that. So a huge part of our mission is the youth, really.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. We are going to change some kids' lives.
That's so cool.
Yeah. And that's one of my big things is I want to help the kids. Like, because whenever I was younger, whether it was sports or even just, I guess the main thing would be sports for me. But just having those people there in your life that kind of shape where you went and how you did things. That's what we want to be.
So, just based off of that point, a really great way to carry yourself in life, especially if you want to be successful and make good money, and this is, I mean, these are words of wisdom here, so I'm just kidding. I'm really not a wizard or anything.
Even if you're just kidding, that's going in the intro. Whatever, that little spiel you just did.
Yeah. So, you're fucking welcome, by the way. No,
That was perfect.
um,
And then they're gonna be so disappointed when they get there, and because it's just gonna be, these are words of wisdom, and they're gonna be like, oh shit, I can't wait for his words of wisdom. And then when you say it, you're like, but I'm just kidding.
well, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
All right, give him the keys.
But
Give me the keys.
if you carry yourself, well, I'll tell you about my experience. For a long time, I thought in business to be successful was, I was always thinking money. I was like, how can I make more money? I need to make more money. I need to do this to make more money. I need to do that to make more money. And it works. But the minute that I changed my mindset from I need to make more money to how many people can I help this month, everything changed. So when I started asking myself, okay, how many people have I helped, genuinely helped this month? How many people can I help this month? My money situation, profits and business and just serving tables and people in like enjoying myself at work has helped so much. Because you stop thinking about like I only need X amount of money. And you start thinking about, oh, I can help so many more people than what I thought. You know what I mean? And then you double your fucking profits.
Right.
Yeah.
Because although you're tired, you can still help this person.
By one simple shift.
Yeah. And then you stop being as tired as often too.
Yes.
Because you're like,
it plays back into that motivation.
yeah, because you're like, I genuinely want to help this person.
Right.
Whether it's me finishing up a mix or getting them their food.
And it's about actually believing.
Yeah.
It's about actually believing that you can and will help that person. And once you do fulfill that duty, it's that's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about.
It is. It is. And that just goes off the point of like giving back to people and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing that every day though.
Yeah.
I think when you're at work, you're helping people. That's all you do.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're a customer
Oh yeah,
service.
that plays into my up here. Like that's the reason why it's one of the that's not the reason why I do it, but that's one of the reasons why I still do it.
Yeah.
Because I love it, and I love
you
the
like
people.
helping people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You learn so much about yourself and the world.
Whenever you're in customer service,
Mm-hmm.
oh my gosh, yeah.
Yep.
Fuck yeah, you do.
Yep. Some of the books that you read, as in people that you see, are not always as they come across. Some of my biggest sales have came from people that visually they wouldn't look the part.
Right.
But then you get to talking and it all makes sense. It
Yeah.
all makes sense.
Right. Yeah, I go through that because as a server, you almost prejudge, and it's like, I don't feel like this table's going to give a good tip, you know?
Mm-hmm.
They just seem like that. But then most of the time, those are the tables that tip the most. And it's,
Exactly.
whoa, I wasn't expecting that. Maybe I need to not be so quick to judge, you know, because it does kind of put you in your place when you're like, oh, nah, they're not. This customer is this or that. And then they're the complete opposite of what you thought. And that's just so relative to life in general, really.
Mm-hmm. Same with the money making aspect of it too.
Right.
Because it changes once you change your mental to positivity and like being good all the time, that's where not the wins stack up, but it's almost like the universe aligns for you.
Yeah.
It's almost like you just can't lose.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like
you
all the
have-
wins are stacking up, but there's no losing whenever you think like that.
And it's like, yeah, exactly. Because even when you do lose, it's not that bad.
Yeah, you're
Right.
shooting with loaded dice.
Yeah, right. Pretty much every time.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a podcast the other day, and a really good lesson from it was be confident in your intention, not confident in your skills. And that's what you were saying about when I changed my mindset from how can I make more money to how can I help someone. Your intentions were so much more pure by just thinking, how can I really actually change someone's day, make their day a little better, and help them in the long run. So
And
I feel like
time.
that's where your confidence, and then, like you said, the money does start coming in like crazy after that.
And
Right.
every time it does change your day as well.
Yeah.
It builds it. And once you start building those interactions in those situations, that's where you start to
Right. Like you start making people's day and they like go home thinking about, oh, wow, that was a great experience.
mm-hmm.
You've done your job.
Right. And then they go tell someone else, I had a great experience over there.
Yeah.
And then you can help another 5 people because that person tells someone, the person that those 2 people tell 2 people, you know.
Right.
All of a sudden the whole town knows if I want to feel good about myself and I want to get the help that I am longing for, go to Steve Nyse's studio, you know.
And that's honestly how I built most of my client base. I wonder if that's too loud, but it's fine, whatever. Who
Yeah.
cares? That's how I built, like, 90% of my client base starting out. I was terrible at this whenever I started. I was, dude. I was dog shit.
Yeah.
Bad. You ever listen to the first mix that you ever did? Was it any good?
I mean, I guess. The first mix ever, I didn't even know what mixing meant, you know?
Mhm.
Back whenever I exported songs and I didn't even touch anything on it because I didn't know what I was doing. So, yeah, that's where it starts from, is just a place of ignorance, you know?
Right.
Like anything else.
I guess I've always kind of been very intrigued by like learning how to make things sound good, because whenever I first started music, I went to Blackbird Studio in Nashville to record, and it was really expensive. I remember I was just getting out of high school, and I went there to record, and it was great. I mean, like, the studio was fucking phenomenal. Like, it sounded great in there looking back at it. Like, and the booth was amazing, dude. It was like a circular room, all red. I felt the walls, dude. And it was like they were all burlap walls or some sort of fabric. And you would touch it, and it was just fabric, like stapled to beams that were spread out, like, I don't know, probably like 5 feet apart. So instead of drywall, there were just beams and fabric pinned to the beams. And then there was obviously probably insulation behind there.
Right.
Anyway, it was such a vibe, dude. And I didn't really know how to produce or mix or anything. All I knew was how to play guitar and sing. So that's what I fucking did. And I left, and on my way home, listening to the mixes with my sister, who went with me, it was just like, yeah, this is cool, but it's not like...
Was it disappointing?
Yeah, it was fucking disappointing.
Because you expect going and spending all that money. This is going to
Exact-
sound like the songs I hear on the radio. It's
Radio.
got to. I
Mhm.
just spent all this money recording.
That's where it became real to you.
That's such a good point.
Right.
The radio point, because it's like, that's what I thought it was genuinely what I thought it was going to sound
Right.
like.
Well, that relates to you buy a new piece of equipment and you think, oh, yeah, this is going to make a difference. This is going to change everything. I just got a new mic that was $600 more than my last mic, you know? It's got to make me just sound that much better. But there's always work involved in getting to the point where it actually does sound even different.
Yeah,
you know?
it's like, it's knowledge, too. Learning why things sound good.
Right.
Like, you really genuinely, with like a really bad mic, it's tough to make it sound good. But if you do every step from the basics, like from building a foundation, like making sure the recording is good and like consistently good.
And just that part took me forever to figure out, because this relates to whenever I would think, oh yeah, if I get the right preset, if I just get the right plugins on there, you know, that'll change everything. And then it's like, oh, you've actually got to know what the plugins are doing to even have an idea of making it like...
Yeah, and then you're like, fuck, I gotta read the manual.
Right.
Yep.
I gotta go watch a 2-hour-long video
YouTube
on
video?
just how to EQ, just one plugin. And then I might...
And then I
get
might,
one-
I might understand.
Might
it.
understand 1% better, you know,
Yeah.
after that.
Not even 1%.
Right. 0.02% better.
Trial and error, baby. Just
Yeah.
kind of show me the parameters of the plugin and hey, my way around, and then
Right.
I'll
Trial
trial
and
and
error,
fucking error the way my way through that.
Got to.
But you learn. You also learn like how to get that process down, the trial and error process. You know
Mhm.
Right.
how to shorten that shit down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you become way more efficient.
Yeah, you do. But like even today, dude, like I've been mixing for almost 8 years now, probably, and recording, and even today I struggle. Like I'm like some days I'm like I'm the greatest fucking mixing engineer on the face of this fucking earth, and nobody can touch me.
Right.
I am a god at this shit. You know?
Mm-hmm.
All hail the motherfucking king. And other days I'm like, why do I even do this? Like,
Right.
I am ass at this. This is trash, Trey. Like, throw away the song. This is bad. You know?
Yeah,
Mm,
definitely.
been there. I know exactly what you mean. Not with music, but with video.
Yeah, dude. And I don't know, but there was this one time I had this artist come over and record. They were great. They were fine. If I like you as a person, I'll work with you. And they were fine. I mean, they were great. I liked them as a person. I thought they were great people. I thought they were very interesting. I thought their life out of music was like super cool. And they were really nice. And that's at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck who you are. Just be nice. Just be nice. Because if you like,
Talk
we
to
don't.
'em.
Let's not be mean to each other. There's no reason to be mean to each other, you know.
Right.
Because I hate being mean.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'll do it if I have to.
If it's necessary.
If it's necessary, sure. But like, I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't enjoy it. Brings my energy so down, you know?
Yeah, it does.
Being mean and like getting in an argument and stuff. Anyway, so this person was really nice. And they were like a 6 out of 10, right? And this is what engineers talk about. This is what producers talk about for you fucking artists who are super cocky and are like, yeah, I sound great. Well, you want to know why you sound great? Because your engineer or your producer or whatever spent hours on your fucking shit
Right.
making sure that you sounded like that. Because they're obsessed with this. Understand that. Understand this, okay? You sound good because the person that is making you sound good is fucking obsessed with this shit. Like, to their core. Cannot help themselves, okay? They have an addiction to it, okay? Being a perfectionist. So don't think that you're, like, all good and shit, because you most likely probably are a little bit. But the other 70% is them, okay? Trust me, I promise you.
We've been on both sides. We've been on the computer and the mic.
Yeah.
We know. We know how it feels on both sides.
Yeah. But the thing is like, it is a dream as a producer and a recording engineer to work with somebody who is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, it's amazing. If somebody, okay, so on my project, I had this gentleman. His name's Garrett James. He was just on Broadway. He played he played a role in Chicago on Broadway, and he's a very, very interesting character and a lovely, lovely fucking person. He came over and wrote his first song with me, okay? So he was in town. He lives in New York. He was in town, and he texted me. He was like, "Hey, still trying to get together sometime whenever I'm in town, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "Oh my God, I'm free tonight. Come over." And then he was like, "Okay, what are we doing?" And I was like, "I don't want you to have one expectation about what we're going to do, because whenever you get here, we're just going to try to do shit. We'll just try some stuff, see if it works, and if it doesn't, whatever. Maybe we'll record a cover you've wanted to record." I just wanted to record him. So I start playing piano, and he starts singing, and every single note is not only perfect in its pitch, but in its control. It is beautiful too. So he's obsessed with, like, I mean, he didn't tell me this, so I don't really know if he's obsessed with it, but being a great singer and like really practicing that craft, and like that is his craft. Like, and it blows my fucking mind to see somebody else who is as obsessed with their craft as I am with mine. So getting to work with somebody who really knows their way behind, like, their voice and behind a mic is just amazing. And Garrett has recorded people before and done audio stuff, so he also knows that world. But we wrote the song in like an hour, and it's amazing. It's the third song on the project. It's called Tell Me Why. And wow, I did 2 different versions of it. Had no idea which one I was going to use, because I did not want to ruin this perfect performance. So I was like, I got to have a few different ones to present. anyway, I kind of rambled there, but I started talking about first this person that came to record that was like a 6 out of 10, and um, I was trying to get the mix done, and as a mixing engineer, you don't want to do a whole lot to your actual audio because the more you process it, the worse it gets. Like the more it degrades the audio, blah blah blah. So you want to stay natural to like, or true to the natural vision, to the initial vision. You just want to give your 10%. But this night, I was like, nah, motherfucker, we're gonna change everything. So like, but by the end of it, I'd fallen so far into this rabbit hole. But then it was like I came out on another side, because most of the times you just fall into the hole and you don't come out. It's just black. You go, going to sleep and you wake up and you're like, well, how the fuck did that happen?
Was that a dream?
Right. And it's like, no, I did do that shitty shit on my computer. So, but this time I came out on the other side and it sounded so cool. And I was like, oh my God, they're going to love this. It sounds nothing like it, but it's so cool. And it worked. Like, they were like, yeah, like I see why you charge so much. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. That
Right.
sounds good. Thank you.
Validation.
Yeah, validation. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Could you give some tips to people on how you keep motivated and how you actually act on it? Because, like you said, you get home from work. Most people, when they get home from work, they're wanting to sit down and watch 3 hours of TV while they're drinking and smoke. You know what I mean? How do you get
Yeah.
home and you really convince yourself, I need to work on music? How do you actually do it?
Okay, great question. So you have to ask yourself, how do I get up in the morning or to get out of the house at any point in your life to go work at your job, whatever that job may be? Sometimes it feels shitty, but focus on the good days, how you feel whenever you get up and you go to work. Whenever you remember that mindset and you remember that feeling, carry that over to whenever you get home and you then go to work again. You're just doing it the second time, but separate the days in your brain. So like, I went to my job, now my day's over and it's starting again somewhere else, right? So I come home and at first it was tough because I wasn't doing as much as what I'm doing now. But at first I had to come home and literally force myself a little bit to do it. But then I started kind of focusing on the good days and remembering what that feeling felt like. And now I don't have to convince myself to do it. I just kind of fall into it. But I never push myself to do more than I can't. But I'm always wanting to do more than I can't. Does that make any sense at all?
Yes. Do you mean more than you can, though?
Yeah, I said can't, didn't I?
Mhm.
Yeah. More than I can, yeah.
Right. You don't force yourself to do more than...
You can.
Right, I think.
Yeah. So I
You
don't...
guys know what we mean.
Yeah, you don't extend your arm.
Right. But that is also my worst habit. Do you know what I mean? Like, but I have no problem with doing it.
Right.
I have no problem taking on more than I can manage at one time. Yeah.
I like that.
It's because it's like, I know I shouldn't take on all these tasks. Tell this person, yes, I can do this. Tell this person, yes, I can do this. Knowing that I have to go to a job and then come back and do this. But now when I get here, I have to respond to emails and like, now I'm delegating tasks and
Reach out to the team, do
talking to
everything.
people, having meetings with people, and then also like outsourcing, like whatever the fuck it is. You know what I mean? Like
The list goes on.
the list goes on. But in all that time, I'm piling up new work as I'm doing that because I'm saying, yes, I can do this, but also finishing old work and saying, okay, here's our finished product. So yeah, I've never had a problem with taking on more than what I can chew or biting off more than what I can chew, but it also comes to bite me in the butt sometimes because I may neglect a task or two every now and again. And then I hate myself for it because I'm like, you should have done that better. I know I could have done that. What the fuck, Trey? Get your head out of your goddamn ass. Like, I beat myself up though.
Yeah, we're all our own biggest critic.
Yeah. If I could take the time to sit back and say like, wow, you've accomplished like a lot more than like you would have thought whenever you started this thing, then that would be really awesome. But I won't until like I actually genuinely in my heart of hearts feel like I have.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But
Right.
this comes back to you're not ever going to get there unless you feel it first. So you got to feel it right now. You got to convince yourself in your heart of hearts that you made it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the battle. That's the journey that we're on right now. That's what we're all going through, I feel like, trying to, and it's almost trying to just prove it to yourself, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's hard whenever you
That's
don't,
the biggest one.
yeah, you don't look up and you see exactly where you really see yourself. You know, you manifest a future for yourself, but when you don't see it in your physical reality, it's really hard to keep that mindset, to actually act on a mindset like that.
Right.
Yeah, the thing with manifestation is there's work involved.
Right. It's not just thinking. It's doing.
Mostly, yeah. A lot of the times you do kind of think things. Not a lot of the times. Some of the times you think things and then just shit happens.
Yeah.
And then you're
Right.
there.
Yeah.
But that's rare. And you
Yeah.
can't count on it either.
Right. Yeah.
But I have recently stepped back and thought how happy I was and like how honestly like impressed I was at the culture that we're building in Nyse Entertainment too. Because nobody who's in the company or an artist on the label or a part of what we do, nobody at all is not, or I should say everybody is super genuine, super nice, and just here to help. Like, you don't find that everywhere.
Right.
That's rare. Very rare.
Yeah, and like, you're just always, it's good support system.
Mm-hmm.
It's
We're
a
a
good
family.
support system, yeah. I mean, like, everybody really genuinely, like, loves each other like family, you know?
Right. Everybody wants the best for every single other person in the collective.
Right. But, like, you know, that's why sometimes, like, the process can be a bit vetting to, I guess, become a part of this whole thing. I don't know.
The process is the best part. Well, it's not the best part right now, even though it is, but in future tense, we're gonna look back and miss this right here.
Yeah, at some point, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
The chase
Yeah.
is what it.
We're
what
gonna
it
be like,
comes down
remember
to.
how hungry we were when we were broke?
What
You know?
happened?
Yo.
Well, we got rich and fat. That's what happened. Hey, I'll be fine though. I'll be fine being rich and fat.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah.
That sounds fine to me.
I don't know.
Not
I feel,
actually fat. Fat with wealth.
yeah.
I'm gonna be rich and fit
If I,
and fat in my pockets.
oh God, but like tomorrow is gonna be like a really cool day because, you know, we got stuff to do and there's gonna be a lot of people over here. It's gonna be us and Kylan's gonna be here. Kylan's the creative director for Nyse Entertainment, and I think Trent will be here, to help out as well.
That'll be good.
Aaron will be here, Aaron's gonna come over.
Let's go.
He can dress me for my photo shoot.
There you go.
I brought 2 different pairs of sweatpants, Aaron. Pick your favorite
You
one.
brought 2 sweatpants?
Yeah,
You have any-
I
you have
brought
anything
only
green?
Sweatpants.
You bring anything green? I meant to mention that to you.
My jacket has a olive green zipper.
I have a
Nice.
few different fits that I can
Nice.
make.
Wait,
some
dude,
matchy.
you said you did have green paint? Cause
Yeah, I know. I have 6 cans. I told you earlier. I just bought 6 cans of green paint.
There we
We're
go.
also making a green screen tomorrow on Trey's wall.
Yeah, we're gonna paint my wall, and then after they leave, I'm gonna paint it white, back white. So that'll be fun.
I guarantee that has happened before.
Some shit like that. I would definitely do that.
Like,
But
we
no,
just
I've
need
been-
green screen for this one little video. We paint a strip.
I've been looking forward to this photo shoot for a month now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, honestly, just coming here because we haven't been here in so long.
Yeah, I know. It's been a
Right.
while since I've seen you guys.
Too long.
It has been too long, man. We're just all been busy though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, big busy.
Busy at our work.
Yep.
Yeah, you got any more questions? I like the process questions. Those are good.
Yeah. I feel like it's just, you can learn a lot from people who really go after what they dream of every day. And I think that's the reason people watch these podcasts, you know, to get that small little detail, that nugget of knowledge from someone that might motivate them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to ask the questions of, yeah, I do work every day, but why? You know. And I think this was a much needed podcast. We've had our practice. We've done a few of them, but that was kind of during the practice phase. You know, me and Cameron hadn't posted any Convos Unplugged. I think we had posted a couple videos of us talking, but it wasn't really
Kind of unsolidified.
right. Yeah. And now we have it solidified, and I think this has been a very informational conversation so far.
Absolutely.
I've been wanting to get on your
The-
podcast for a
The
while too.
collaboration
Yeah.
is gonna equal acceleration.
Collaboration equals
Do you,
acceleration. Equals
Steve
MC
Nyse.
square.
I have a question for you.
Well, sure.
How does collaboration play into your success in this realm?
Collaboration is one of the major keys of success in this realm.
Mm-hmm.
Because, sure, you can make a song by yourself from start to finish. But you have to collaborate with somebody at some point in order to know, one, how to do something,
Yep.
or two, to delegate a job for somebody else who is better at you than doing that to do.
Yes.
So, like my producer project, I can make songs all day. You know, like I could make the music for it, sing over it, write the lyrics. Who cares? Whatever. But there's so many people who are better at singing than what I am in this world, and who have more unique perspectives to give. I can help them add on that. So my biggest kind of thing is collaboration. And I am honestly, truthfully, I should go to therapy for it. I'm addicted to the feeling of bringing people together. I don't know what it is.
Dude, that is one of the biggest things in life is coming together and being with people that you actually genuinely care about and
Yeah.
love.
And like,
And doing something that you love.
sometimes it's tough to solidify those relationships too, because you're busy
Yes.
and you can't really hang out with that person as much as you would like to. But you find the time, especially for people that you kind of like need to work with. But a lot of the time, like, if you get, not saying I have like any sort of status at all, because I really don't, but if you get to a certain point to where people know you for doing quality work, they'll want to, you know, work with you.
Mm-hmm.
Collaboration's huge. If you don't collaborate, you're not getting paid. That's just how that works
Big facts.
at the end of the day. Because if you want to release your music, you have to collaborate with a distribution platform at the fucking least. You know,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
it's huge. It's the way to success. So the way I see it too, honestly, is the more people you can bring on board that you trust and that you want to work with and that want to work with you, the better and more successful you can be. You 10x your chance for success
Mm-hmm.
in the future every time you bring somebody on board.
How'd you go about bringing your first artist on board Nyse Entertainment? Where did you start, and how'd you bring the first artist on?
Oh, that's a great question. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I started recording people my freshman year of college. I started recording my first artist that I brought on my sophomore year of college, Luke Sky. We met in English class in college, and I saw him writing next to me a song because I could tell he was rewinding. Oh, sorry. Wow. I could tell he was rewinding the song on YouTube and then playing it back and then writing on his notepad. I was like, "Are you writing a song?" And he was like, "Yeah, I am." I'm like, "No way, dude. I'm a music engineer. I record people." "Oh, no way." So he came over and, well, at that time, actually, I was traveling a lot with my studio, so I would bring it to people.
Right.
So I'd bring like
That's
my
where I
speakers.
started too.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I brought it over to his apartment, recorded his first song, and I was just like, "What? Like, why? How did I stumble into this? Like, what? Where am I?"
Right.
Because he was really good.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he is.
He's amazing.
Yeah, he's fucking fantastic. He's phenomenal. And like, could you imagine like my first impression of him? Like,
Right. Back when you
What?
were still figuring
That is
stuff
the-
out yourself.
Craziest story I've heard like to date.
especially knowing Luke.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Make sure y'all go check out Luke Sky while we're on it. We'll pop his at in the description along with ours.
Especially knowing Luke too.
He's such a genuine guy.
Definitely check out Luke Sky. He's got a great voice, great music, and he's just super talented.
Yeah.
Anyway, but really nice too. He's a really nice, really nice person.
Yeah.
And I'm weird, so anybody who kind of accepts my company for what it is, I really just kind of appreciate them. But I'll never not be me, you know? So, like, I'll always be a little bit.
Wholeheartedly. Always be you, Trey.
Yeah, like, I don't ever want to have to change for somebody. Like, if that's going to be the case, then I just don't want to I don't want to be around you.
Cut
Because,
it off.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm going to be weird no matter what. I can't help it. I genuinely can't. I wish I could, but I can't. But he accepted my company and, you know, like, we started working together, and I started having him over at my house to record instead of having to bring the setup over there, and he just really impressed me. So, and I'd always kind of wanted to start. No, actually, no, I didn't. Anyway, so I was recording him, and then I started recording an artist named Low Cactus. He's not on the label though, but I was recording the two of them and making my own music. And then I started recording JB, Jordan Bernard, who is on the label. And at that point,
How did you go about convincing them? Because we're talking about collaboration and we're telling them it's super important to collaborate. How did you convince Luke, the first artist? Like,
to be on the label,
yeah.
it wasn't until 3 years after we'd been working together that I asked him. So I had already developed that relationship with him and at that point had started making music for him. So like instead of him getting beats off of YouTube, I started making the music for him. And again, like, he didn't always like the beats that I would play him, but he would try his best on them.
Right.
No matter what. Nonetheless, I asked him, I said, I want to start. I'm thinking about starting up a music label because there's a lot of artists that I work with around here.
So this was after you had worked with Low Cactus and JB as well.
Yeah, and a bunch of other people.
Right.
A bunch of other people. But so I started, and anyway, so I asked him. I was like, "Hey, if I start a music label, will you be my first artist on the label?" And at that point, like, I'd been recording Luke for free for years because he was helping me learn, and I was recording him, and
Right.
he was getting music done.
Yeah.
So it was like kind of anyway. So
really just adding value to each other's lives genuinely is how it all started.
exactly,
Right.
yeah, and he appreciated the fact that like I'd been working with him for so long. So he said yes. And then my second artist that I asked was JB, and we had only been working together for maybe a year. But after I got Luke under my belt, I knew I could get more people under my belt pretty quick. Not under my belt, but
Right.
you know what I mean.
Just on the same team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, I started a music label, and I was wondering maybe JB if you'd like to be a part of it. And he already met Luke at this point, and he was like, yes, but it has to go. Like, I would love to do it, and he's very Christian as well. So he's like, I'm gonna pray on it because this is gonna be a huge part of my image if that's gonna be the case. And my image could never get crossed in a bad way or a bad light with Nyse Entertainment if that were the case. So like any pictures that we take together and he's in it, there can't be like any weed or like any alcohol and stuff like that. Like no curse words in his songs and stuff.
But that shapes us. That shaped me as a person to be better.
Yeah, so like my first thought was, yes, no, that's exactly why I want to sign you as an artist too, because that's going to help build the culture that I want to build in Nyse Entertainment. Because you can't be taken professionally if your image is just like doing drugs and like whatever, just willy-nilly, just not taking yourself seriously as a professional, especially with how big I want the business to be, Right. Anyway, so I asked JB, and he ended up saying yes after he thought about it. And then my third artist was you.
Yeah. Number 3, baby.
Number 3.
I love it. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought it was a little further down the line.
Mm-mm.
Damn, so it's grown since that. I still remember that.
Wow.
Like, who was it that, did you ask me or did I ask you? I remember the conversation, but I can't remember how we unfolded to.
Yeah, so you asked me if we wanted to start a label together. And I was like, well, that's funny you ask, because I actually just recently started a music label, and I was going to ask if you wanted to be an artist on it, but I didn't know how to come about it. And you're like, yes, 100% I do.
Right. Yeah.
And I was like, fuck
I
yes.
remember pacing through my kitchen, and I was just like, yeah. I was like, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Go.
Dude, and Trev calls me immediately, and we had been kind of working on video and whatnot for a few months, and we were both ecstatic.
Yeah?
Just
Oh, yeah.
like jumping with joy.
Really?
Yeah.
Because remember, you even asked me if I wanted to. We were talking about the name, and you were like, do you want. Because I had something going on like that as well. I was thinking about starting some type of label. And I think that's why I was like, let's just do this together. I know we both kind of have the mindset for that. And then you said you had your Nyse idea going on, and you had 2 artists already. And I was like, I fuck with it. Yeah, let's go. Let's run with Nyse. I like it.
Yeah.
And now we're here, what, a year and a half later, 2 years later?
Right. Because I think I told you about Cam. I was like, we
Yeah, you
just
had.
kind of started working together. I would like to definitely have him on the team, on the Nyse team. Like if I'm gonna be joining it, Cam has been working with me for a few months now, and we were getting serious about it, and
Yeah.
and now Cam is like overseeing a lot of stuff, and he's helping with managing stuff. He's helping with videos, content, even music. I mean, you're sitting there helping me with lyrics whenever I'm recording. You hop on some of the songs. You have fresh ideas for the music.
Yep.
You know, it's
It's-
awesome.
It's a lot. I mean, when you go through something like this, you have to pick up the tools as you're walking the path.
Yeah.
You can't just expect to know everything and be the best in the room when honestly I came into this blind. I just started picking it up, and then now we're here, and I can only imagine in 5 years what this conversation is going to be like.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because the more you know, the more you start answering questions for people because, well, I mean, the more you know, the more, especially when you have people working as employees like in a business, then like they're gonna be coming to you for questions and stuff.
Yeah. Well, we're already getting that. Cam, tell him about the question you got
Dude,
asked the other day.
No hate. You can bring whatever question you have to me. I will always answer wholeheartedly. But I had someone ask me how to create a YouTube account
Yeah.
the other day, and I felt so, I don't know, I felt wrong for answering it the way I did.
Oh no, this microphone's backwards.
Is it?
Yes.
I didn't know there was a
I
fucking
know, it's-
dot.
It's me.
Damn.
There, now it's probably really clear.
Shoot.
Okay.
I'm sorry. To
Anyways,
interrupt you.
yeah, so I replied with, you just go to the app and create an account. I felt so.
But it's like, what do you
But do you want
answer
me to
that?
send you a screen record? Like, what do you, I don't know how to. I
Yeah.
don't really know how to approach that
You
one,
just
my
type
guy.
in youtube.com and it says in a big thing at the top, create account.
But I think where he was coming from was if you want to run ads or if you want to do specific promotion, do you have to have a special type of account?
Yeah.
I think that's more along the lines of where he was coming from than how do you just create a YouTube account?
Right. Which
I
is
mean-
really cool. Like
Yeah.
that people
Yeah,
even
it
think
is-
of you when they're like, oh, YouTube. Well, I can ask Cam my questions for YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, I loved answering the question
Right.
and just having someone come to me. Yeah, but it's gonna get like that.
Yeah.
Where the questions seem so simple to you, but to the person asking them, they're not. So even something that simplistic, you could kind of change your approach. Like I could change my approach to it, like not be demeaning and think that, oh, this is such a basic question.
You probably should.
Yep. No, I
But
agree.
it's hard.
It's
I mean,
so
whenever
hard.
You look at your phone and it says, how do I create a YouTube account? And you're like, really?
Yeah, but this same person, I also feel like I did motivate to get in their YouTube bag because Steady was asking him on all the TikToks, all of his TikToks, every time he posted a Snapchat story of him and his partner doing their thing, I'd swipe up. When you starting that YouTube? When you gonna start vlogging? When you gonna start podcasting? When you gonna do this? And finally, the other day, he texted me. He asked me, how do I start it?
There you go.
Yep.
So you are the reason of that question. You're the foundation of that question in the first place.
Hey,
So why can't
Whatever.
you be an asshole about it?
He was.
I wasn't an
It was
asshole.
more so me.
It was love
He
and
told me about it, and I was like,
Are you persuading him to be an
no,
asshole?
no. We were both kind of being an asshole.
welcome back. We just
No.
smoked meth.
We just got baked.
Welcome back. We just smoked. No, we didn't. All right. So yeah, we didn't even pause. Nah, for real though.
tell we're fucking stoned.
I just wanted to say, All right.
Okay.
And that was the outro.
No,
All
I'm
right.
sorry. Dude, I don't know why I'm laughing so hard. I'm sorry.
All right. No, for real.
All right, welcome back.
Bye.
You guys are welcome, by the way.
Dude,
Yeah.
you know dude, I know I'm laughing hard because I'm laughing from my belly like that.
Nah, for real though, I think we covered some great information today. I think we can inspire the next generation to follow their creative heart and do whatever feels right. And I think we are all examples living in the flesh that you want to do that.
Yes.
And I really appreciate your information, your knowledge, and your passion, and what you contributed to Studio 13X Convos Unplugged. It's been an honor.
Hey, I want to add something. I want
I
to thank
know. Yeah, go ahead.
to the Studio 13X. What you bring to Studio 13X, you have motivated us 1,000x, 1,000,000x. Like you probably brought us halfway here. Honestly,
I don't know about that.
I mean,
You guys had to do it.
yeah, but at points there was times where we was down and out, and yeah, we would have picked it back up, but not near as strong if we didn't have you.
That's very kind of you.
Mhm.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I genuinely appreciate you, Trey.
Likewise. Likewise. I have a lot of appreciation and respect for both of you. So just thanks. Thanks for being my friends, and
Yes, sir.
thanks for doing business together. you know.
Forever
Yeah.
and always.
And
One way
We
or
always got
another.
you. We're one family.
yeah, man. It's a great
Forever.
life. It's a great life, and it's better with you guys.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
So thank you.
You want to let them know where they can find you at on social medias?
Yeah, sure. Look up Steve Nyse on Instagram. It's like Steve Nyse 3 or something like that, I'm pretty sure. Do me a favor and just go to the website and well, first of all, go ahead and follow. That'd be great. And then we can become friends. It'll be a great time. Definitely follow the album that's about to come out. But anyway, get on Instagram. Go to Steve Nyse 3. Pretty sure that's what it is. I need to check that real quick.
We'll drop it in the description.
Yeah.
Well, you could have said that earlier. Before
Well, we will, but it's good to reiterate.
Yeah, it's
okay.
good to verbally iterate.
Can we cut all that out then, right there?
We don't cut.
No, you
Okay. It's okay.
good.
It's
You
okay.
good.
We can. But I don't want to.
No, we're leaving this in now.
All right.
So
yeah.
Instagram, Steve Nyse. But more
Nice 3.
importantly, click the what?
The link in my bio and go to the website niceentertainment.com and find out more about everybody in Nyse Entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
There's links to everybody's everything in there, and yeah, just do that.
Yeah. Everyone we've been talking about tonight, you guys would get familiar with their faces if you go to nyseent.com,
Mm-hmm.
niceentertainment.com.
Yeah, study these characters too. Go do a deep dive on their backstories, or reach out and I'll tell you whatever you want to know about them.
Get weirdly obsessed with these characters.
With these, because they are. But the thing is all of them are people you could weirdly obsess about,
Right.
and it's totally okay. We want you to do that, so go for it.
That's what we do.
Like, if you feel like you're stalking us hard enough.
Right.
I promise you. I promise you. I promise you.
Unless you're getting a straight up job invitation from the FBI for how much you stalked us, you
Us.
ain't doing
You're
enough.
not doing enough.
No.
You-
Up
Like
it.
everything.
Double it and give
follow
it to the next
everyone-
person.
Right.
And if that is the case, we want to give you a job application.
Yes.
We don't just want you to apply here. We want to hire you.
Right. So we can hack into stuff.
Dude, that's what I'm
Yeah, we
excited
need
for is
ties
when
in the
people
FBI.
actually start sending in their resumes. Have you got anyone sending you their
Mm-mm.
resume?
No, I don't.
No.
I don't have any job
Right.
postings out there.
I know, but eventually we're gonna need people.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Eventually. But we just kind of bring them on as they fit.
True.
But lately, you know what I've been finding is I'm not bringing people on that fit. I'm bringing people on that I didn't know that I could expand into this area.
Yep.
That's fun. And
That's
then it
amazing,
happens. Yeah, it's like brand new worlds are opened up, and I'm like, oh shit, okay, we
Sounds
can do this.
like
Okay, let's do
some-
this. Actually, now I see this.
Right.
Let's do this.
Sounds like some 13x growth. Speaking of 13x growth, we just dropped a website as well, studio13x.com. You can find our scheduling, our services, everything that you would need from Studio 13x is on the website. You can find that in our bios, or you can click right down below in the description.
Can they not click on my finger? Can you do that? Can you do?
I
like-
don't think you can do a hyperlink in a video.
That sucks.
Yeah, because it would just be text on the screen. But down below, Roddy Rich.
I think you can somehow. I don't know.
At the end of the video, where you're like, click up here in this corner.
Yeah, but that
Oh,
does sound
yeah.
like a lot of
I remember a
work,
lot of
so-
videos were like that.
Yeah, no, let's just keep it at where we can't do that, because that sounds like a lot of work.
Lazy piece of shit. Click down below, follow all the fucking links, do it, or don't do it. I don't give a fucking shit by the end of the day. So, like, just do something. Like, quit. Get off of your phone. Fuck you. Good night.
Stop scrolling. Go outside right
Shout
now.
out Steve Nyse.
Thanks, guys. I love you all.
Thank you for coming on,
I'm
Bye.
Trace.
Mr. Steve Nice. I'm Cam.
Love you.
And I'm Steve Nice.
And he's the nice one.
Signing off.